My girlfriend ditched me for an after party. I'm done with our relationship.
C'est la vie. Mon chéri.
I, 24 male, and my girlfriend, 23 female, Anne, began dating in college. Last week, Anne invited me to her coworker Joe's party. I had heard a lot about him in the past, and he and she really seemed to have a lot in common.
Oh, Mr. Joe Cool. Yeah.
Especially with their taste in music. Apparently, he was an amateur musician with a fairly successful YouTube channel. Joe initially invited only Anne, but when she asked him if I could tag along, he said it was fine. The party was on Saturday evening. It was a fun party with about 30 people, held at a restaurant Joe had rented out. Towards the end, though, I wandered into Anne's little discussion group, and I immediately got the feeling that nobody really wanted me there, most of all Anne. It was her, Joe, and a few other people. Thinking that I was just imagining things, I hung around and listened to Joe basically boast about himself the whole time. A little while later, I wandered off to get myself a drink and chat with a few other people. Eventually, the time came to leave, and I went to find Anne again. Joe approached me at that point and said that he was having an after party over at his house. I was going to refuse, but then he said, sorry, man, only Anne is invited.
Yo, this guy's such a tool, dude. Wow. No
While
way.
clapping me on the shoulder. I first told him not to touch me.
Yeah.
And then said she's not going. He informed me that she had already accepted the invitation. I texted Anne immediately to ask where she was. She responded, sorry, on the way to Joe's place. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. I asked if she knew I wasn't invited, and she then left me on red. I drove home furious. I stayed up all night, and finally Anne walked in the door at 5:42 a.m. I know because I was by the window watching. I recognized the car as Joe's and the driver as Joe. Nobody else was in the car. Anne waved to him cutely and laughed at something he said at 5:42 in the morning. Anne came inside and acted surprised to see me still up. At this point, I flatly told her that we were done and she had the rest of the day to move out. Anne was at first confused with me, and then I told her that she could just move in with Joe. She rolled her eyes and said nothing happened. She gave me the spiel about my insecurities and imagination. I said it didn't matter. After this back and forth arguing, Anne finally relented and sarcastically thanked me for wasting the best years of her life. If these are the best years of your life is pretty lame. Anne finally moved out yesterday, and it was pretty dramatic. She said that she loved me and that I was throwing away everything over a party. Did I do her wrong here? I feel like I'm getting gaslighted. I'd say I'm 95% sure something happened with Joe at that after party. I have no evidence, but I know my girlfriend. The way she waved him goodbye, the way she laughed when he talked, the way that she was actively listening to him at the party, those are mannerisms she used to have with me. Then there was the thing with Joe's stupid macho power play of putting his hand on my shoulder. It was like he was mocking me because he knew what was going on. And there is an update 2 weeks later. Do you have any thoughts? I have the same thoughts. I don't think OP is in the wrong at all.
No.
I think that your girlfriend disrespected you,
like
massively.
in such a blatant form that it's like,
it doesn't really matter if she cheated or not because she just was rude.
Yeah, it's just like to the point of like, so you're gonna go to an after party I'm explicitly excluded from with a dude that clearly like is
trying
into you.
Yeah.
And regardless of if you're going to reciprocate that at all, like you going there and then what? And then he drives you home at 5:30 in the morning.
About 2 weeks ago, I came here for moral guidance after breaking up with and kicking my girlfriend out for going to an after party with her male coworker who outwardly stated that I was not invited. Just about everyone in the post was convinced that Anne had cheated on me with Joe. The moment she left, I felt as if I had lost interest in her, Joe, and both of their lives forever. Just get them out. But a couple of days later, morbid curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to find his Instagram through Anne's. I don't know if I was looking for closure or validation for refusing to even discuss the issue with Anne, but I found both. First, a few hours after Joe drove Anne back to my place, he made an Instagram post about potentially doing a cover for Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra.
Oh,
wild!
Wow.
Wild!
Wow, remember how that
so
guy...
blatant!
This guy has every piece he needs to be cool, but he's just so not cool.
Oh, man.
In this one guy's life,
literally,
he's the boogeyman.
Just go after someone who doesn't have a boyfriend.
Yeah, for real. Come on, dude.
The comments were full of people saying he was going to hell with laughing, crying emojis and the shushing emoji. I recognized some of the commenters as people who had attended the party. Oh, so everyone in the comments to that post was like, you're so funny, dude.
And this might make me sound like the villain, but like, guys, it is so clear who has the cool factor.
Yeah, everyone likes this guy, and that
I mean, look, Joe is clearly a cool guy. Cool guy does not equal good guy, right?
That's fair.
Cool and good are not the same thing. But it really feels like OP does not have a cool factor. OP's got, I stayed up at the window until 5:45.
It's a bummer.
And it's like, that's what you do, I guess, when you're suspecting your girlfriend. But also, staying all the way up until 5:45 is kind of like low key. You should have already made the decision to break up with the girl at like 3.
At first, I didn't know what it was about, but after looking up the lyrics, it became clear. Here's the first line of the song. Scotty doesn't know Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday.
Yeah, that's the classic lines for Scotty doesn't know.
So yeah, class act he is. Catchy song though. It's true. It's a catchy song. But it gets better. I know this wasn't healthy, but I kind of kept up with Ann and Joe's social media. I feel you, man. I feel you. They went full mask off. Another few days later, Joe posted a picture of Ann sitting on his lap. I could tell that based on the sofa he was sitting on, this was not even taken at the after party, but at the party that I went to.
Oof. Oh my God. No, this guy's actually a demon.
Yeah.
He can't be cool because he's covered in flames.
Yeah.
Because he is a demon.
I must have been talking to someone else or in the bathroom when it was taken. I will say that I was severely depressed and on a certain level, probably still am. It wasn't even really about Ann, but that literally nobody from the party was willing to give me a heads up. Ann and I were publicly dating. We showed up together. People knew I was her boyfriend. But I guess when my back was turned, they were laughing at me. But we would never laugh at you if you joined us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Just tap our profile.
You can laugh at us.
You can laugh at us.
Every weekday at 3 p.m.
In fact, we encourage it. The only thing that doesn't make sense to me at this point is why she ever wanted to keep me around as a partner. When I kicked her out, she was legitimately upset. Was this a pride issue where she wanted to be the one to dump me? Was it the thrill of screwing around with her coworker behind my back? Or was this some logic that only the human equivalent of a dumpster could understand? I may never know.
That could be the one right there.
Could be. It doesn't matter anyway. I want to thank everyone who responded to the last post, and I really want to give a special thanks to those who posted or DM'd me with similar experiences. Without exaggeration, I don't know what I'd be doing right now if it weren't for your comments.
First of all, dude, you're already up from breaking up with her.
Yeah.
You're up, and he's
down.
Cool guy Joe is actually down because
he's so far
with now the scumbag girl.
Yeah. And she's going to cheat on him one day.
Yeah.
Because you get him out, you keep him. I mean, you get him out, you win him.
And you'll find your reflection. You'll find your other partner. It just wasn't this lame girl. And the reason she wanted to stay, that she said she wanted to stay.
She wanted a place to live.
For sure, she wanted to be a hobo. And she also probably has her own complex in her head where it's like if she doesn't admit it to herself, then it's not real, so she doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
She just sucks, bro. Don't even worry about it. The reason why she pretended, because she sucks. And you're on to the next.
Exactly.
And it's going to be better than ever.
But that's the end of this stream. Thank you for joining us. We love you so much. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.